Electra.
The satellite imagery so clearly shows a tree.
Rick Gillespie has spent the past 30 years testing the same theory. His own trips to the island found artifacts, but no plane. He says his work has led him to one conclusion.
On July 2nd, 1937, Amelia Earhart vanished over the Pacific Ocean. Her last words, "We must be on you, but cannot see you. Fuel is running low." Then silence. For nearly 9 decades, the world searched in vain. No wreckage, no clues, no trace of Amelia or her plane. Until 2024. A deep-sea robot revealed a shadow resting nearly 16,000 feet beneath the waves. Could this finally solve aviation's greatest mystery? By the time Amelia Earhart and navigator Fred Noonan prepared for the next leg of their 1937 world flight, they had already covered nearly 20,000 miles. Their Lockheed Electra 10E was a marvel of aviation technology for its time, modified with extra fuel tanks replacing passenger seats, allowing longer legs over the ocean than ever before attempted. Their destination, Howland Island, a tiny, flat 1.5-mile-long speck of land in the middle of the Pacific. Not much more than a sandbar surrounded by thousands of miles of open ocean, this was their next and most dangerous challenge. The odds were stacked against them. Navigating to such a small target in the vast Pacific required perfect timing, skill, and a bit of luck. Radio signals from the U.S. Coast Guard cutter Itasca were meant to guide them, but communication was already strained by static and equipment limitations. At 7:42 a.m. local time, Amelia's voice crackled through the radio. "We must be on you, but cannot see you. Fuel is running low." This message would become her final confirmed transmission. 1 hour later, at 8:43 a.m., she radioed, "We are on the line 157-337. We'll repeat this message on 6210 kilocycles." Then, silence. The U.S. government launched the most expensive air and sea search in history, covering 250,000 square miles of ocean. Planes, ships, and submarines scoured the waters, but found nothing. No oil slick, no wreckage, no signs of life. The official conclusion was tragic yet simple. Amelia Earhart and Fred Noonan had run out of fuel, crashed into the Pacific, and sunk without a trace. But for the public, and for decades of explorers and aviation enthusiasts, this answer felt incomplete. To grasp why Amelia Earhart's disappearance captivated the world for nearly 90 years, we must understand the woman behind the legend. Born in Atchison, Kansas in 1897, Amelia was raised in a world where women were expected to live quiet, domestic lives. Yet from a young age, she challenged convention. Her fascination with flying began after attending a 1920 air show in Long Beach, California. The roar of the engines, the freedom of the sky, it ignited something in her. By 1923, Amelia earned her pilot's license, becoming the 16th woman in the United States to do so. Her passion was clear. Flying was not just a hobby, it was her destiny. In 1928, she gained worldwide attention as the first woman to cross the Atlantic, though as a passenger, not pilot. The achievement was celebrated, but Amelia was determined to prove herself as a pilot. In 1932, she shattered records and expectations by becoming the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean. Facing freezing temperatures, mechanical failures, and near starvation, she battled the elements for 15 grueling hours. Her feat catapulted her to international fame, but she was far from satisfied. Over the next 5 years, she set multiple aviation firsts. Solo flights from Hawaii to California, Los Angeles to Mexico City, and non-stop from Mexico City to Newark. She was a cultural icon, instantly recognizable by her leather jacket, cropped hair, and confident smile. Beyond flying, Amelia championed women's rights, advocated for female pilots, and wrote for popular magazines encouraging women to pursue careers in male-dominated fields. By 1937, at 39, she planned her most ambitious journey: to circumnavigate the globe along the equator, a 29,000-mile flight that no one, man or woman, had ever completed. For Amelia, it wasn't just about breaking records. It was about proving that women could accomplish feats equal to men in skill, endurance, and courage. Her disappearance wasn't simply a tragic accident. It was the loss of a symbol, a spark of hope for countless women and adventurers around the world. After Amelia's disappearance, the mystery only deepened. Theories abounded, some plausible, others more fanciful. One dominant theory claimed she ran out of fuel and crashed into the sea near Howland Island. Another suggested she survived, landing instead on a remote coral atoll called Nikumaroro, where she lived as a castaway before passing away. There were darker suggestions: capture by Japanese forces, secret espionage, or even living under a new identity in America. Expeditions uncovered tantalizing clues on Nikumaroro: a woman's shoe from the 1930s, pieces of aircraft aluminum, and a jar believed to have contained freckle cream, one of Amelia's known personal items. But nothing conclusive. No smoking gun. In 2010, former NASA employee and amateur pilot Liz Smith introduced a new angle: the dateline theory. Navigators like Fred Noonan relied heavily on celestial navigation, using the sun and stars to determine position. But crossing the international dateline introduces a unique challenge: gaining or losing a day, depending on direction. Smith theorized that during the grueling 17-hour flight to Howland, Noonan forgot to adjust for the dateline. This error would cause a westward miscalculation of approximately 60 miles, enough to send them far off course, into waters previously unexplored. Unlike conspiracy theories, this explanation honored human error under extreme pressure, fatigue, radio interference, and the stress of navigating toward a tiny island surrounded by thousands of miles of open ocean. The dateline theory refocused the search, pinpointing an entirely new search zone, approximately 100 miles west of Howland Island, an area few had examined thoroughly. Inspired by the dateline theory, a marine robotics company called Deep Sea Vision, led by former Air Force intelligence officer Tony Romeo, launched a mission in 2024 to scan this unexplored area of the ocean floor. They deployed the Hutil 6000, a $9 million autonomous underwater vehicle, AUV, capable of operating at depths up to 6,000 meters, nearly 20,000 feet. Measuring 6 meters long and weighing over 2 tons, this yellow torpedo could operate untethered for 48 hours, methodically scanning the seafloor with synthetic aperture sonar, technology 10 times more precise than traditional sonar. Each dive covered roughly 130 square miles of ocean floor, creating terabytes of data. Analyzing this mountain of information required advanced AI algorithms designed to distinguish man-made objects from natural formations amidst the vast oceanic terrain. Days turned to weeks. Early missions found promising anomalies, but nothing definitive. Then, in January 2024, the breakthrough came. Sonar images revealed a distinct shape with twin tails and dimensions matching the Lockheed Electra. Marine archaeologist Sarah Chen recalls that moment. When the first images came through, the control room fell silent. It was unmistakably an aircraft. However, sonar alone wasn't enough. By late 2024, the team returned with remotely operated vehicles equipped with high-definition cameras and robotic arms, able to operate under crushing pressure at 16,000 feet depth. Visual inspections confirmed what sonar had suggested: corroded aluminum skin, intact landing gear, and structural components matching Erhart's plane. Spectrographic analysis of recovered samples revealed aluminum alloys consistent with 1930s aircraft manufacturing. Most compellingly, a partial serial number matched the known identifiers of Amelia Earhart's Lockheed Electra. In February 2025, Tony Romeo announced, "We are over 95% certain we have found Amelia Earhart's aircraft." While Deep Sea Vision celebrated, another team, led by Dr. Richard Pettigrew, explored Nikumaroro Island. Satellite imagery and drone footage revealed a metallic anomaly along the island's shore, dubbed the Terra object. Could Amelia and Fred have survived the crash, reaching land and living as castaways before their eventual deaths? The ocean has offered a piece of the puzzle, but the final moments remain shrouded in mystery. Did Amelia and Fred realize their navigational mistake? Did they spot the island but run out of fuel before landing? Or did the ocean claim them before rescue could arrive? For nearly 90 years, these questions have haunted historians, explorers, and dreamers. Now, with modern technology and renewed determination, we stand closer than ever to understanding what truly happened. Amelia Earhart was never just a lost pilot. She was a symbol of human courage, ambition, and the relentless quest for discovery. She was never truly lost. She was waiting to be found.